everyone, and welcome to my first ever episode of the Sims 4 Big Brother Challenge. For those of you who watch me play the Sims 4 100 Baby Challenge, don't worry, the fact that I'm doing this one at the same time doesn't mean that one's going to stop. I'm not going to slow down at doing it. I've actually wanted to do both of these challenges at the same time for a little while now. And the reason why is because they're just so opposite in the way you have to play. Like in the 100 Baby Challenge, I find myself micromanaging everything. And in the Big Brother Challenge, you literally don't tell them to do anything. So I wanted to do them both at the same time, actually, just to give myself kind of two different playing styles so that I don't burn out, I guess. So, for those of you who watch the 100 Baby Challenge, I hope you also enjoy this one. A little bit of a different flavor for you guys. For those of you who are not familiar with it, I will just give you a little bit of an explanation of what the Big Brother Challenge is. So basically, what it is recreating the show Big Brother in The Sims 4. So, you start with 8 Sims who are basically contestants on a reality TV show. And those 8 players move into a Big Brother house, which I've made over here. I'll show you guys soon. While they're playing the game, they're not allowed to leave the house, and they're not allowed to have any contact with the outside world. So what that means is they get no access to radios, TVs, they can't leave that lot, they can't go outside, they can't talk on their phones. Basically, they can do nothing. So while they're there, they all have to interact with each other. Each week, there's going to be some sort of task that they need to do. For example, the first week, which we may start here, this one might just be an intro, I'm not sure. But the first week, they're going to be doing social activities. So I'm going to get them like a bunch of different like games tables and things like that so that they can all sit and talk to each other. And then by, if it starts on a Sunday, then by the Friday, so 5 days later, I will look at all of their friendship scores and see who has the most friendship, with as many different Sims as possible. And, based on that, the person who has the most will become what's called the head of household. So basically, they won the challenge that week. So they get the special privilege of living in the head of household room, which is the second story up here, which I'll show you guys, where basically they have like all sorts of different nicer stuff than, and they also get access to TVs and computers and stuff while they're there. Now, at that point, whichever 2 Sims the head of household likes the least, those 2 Sims are then put up for eviction from the house. They have got the weekend, so 2 more days, to try and plead their case with the other housemates. And then at the end of the week, the one of the 2 of them who is liked the most gets to stay in the house. The one who's liked the least gets evicted. And so on and so forth, it goes. Then at the end, all of the Sims that were evicted will come back into the house, and the 2 finalists will have to make up with them as best they can, and whoever gets the most votes or is the most liked by the evicted house guests wins the prize, and wins lots of money and a big fancy house from me. They're all knowing God. So that's like basically what the show is, the show and the challenge is about. There's some other smaller rules that I'll go through when they come up in the challenge. But mostly, we let the Sims do what they want. It's really a, playing on the fun of the AI, and seeing what they get up to given the traits and what's going on around them. So, first things first, I want to introduce you guys to the cast. So let's go to manage households, and let's take a look at them and create a Sim. So I made these guys the other day. I did it through a combination of randomization and then nudging them in a direction to kind of make them fit a typical, stereotypical, like, you know what I mean, like a stereotype of what a contestant on a reality show would be. You know, they kind of fit in different little boxes. So I wanted to make them all each have their own kind of box that they were in. So, and I also did half male and half female. But otherwise, it was mostly randomization that picked them. So, our first contestant here is named Adam. Spin for the camera, Adam. Woo! Okay, so Adam is your typical kind of bro guy. Think like, for those of you who have ever seen Jersey Shore, think the guys on Jersey Shore. He cares a lot about being a bodybuilder. He's active. He wants to be in shape. He's very vain about his looks, which is why he is wearing a tank top with his arms revealed. He's also, a bro, like as I said, and he's also can be a little bit mean. He doesn't really think a lot about people's feelings, and so sometimes he can be a bit of an asshole to other people. That's Adam. Next, we have Kieran. Alright, we'll do a little spin for the camera. So, Kieran is a serial romantic. So, Kieran is the kind of stereotypical playboy guy. He hates children, he's not committal, but he is romantic and flirty, and he likes to hook up with lots of different women. That's him. Next we've got Ty. Now Ty is the stereotypical hippie of the group. He's easygoing, he's lazy, his goal in life is to go and be a gardener. He just wants to live off the land, make his own food, be environmentally friendly, but he's not too fussed about trying hard or being ambitious. He thinks that, life is gonna happen and it will just be okay. Everything's gonna turn out the way it was meant to be. He's a bit of a hippie surfer kind of guy. And he is also fundamentally good. So that's Ty. Next, we've got the last of the men. We've got Zachary. So, Zachary, I'll have him spin for the camera here. Zachary applied to this show to start some shit. Zachary is full of mischief. Zachary wants to start fights and cause drama, and that's what he wants to be known for. His greatest, he wants to be a public enemy. That's his aspiration. He's mean. He's fundamentally evil, and he also is very hot-headed. He's quick to anger. So he will be good for some drama in the house. Then we have the women. So first of all, we have Ava. So Ava is kind of the stereotype of somebody who wants to become a celebrity, but she doesn't really want to put in any work or have any skills to do it. She just wants to be a celebrity for being a celebrity. So, she's hoping that by being on Big Brother, she can become a celebrity that way. So that's why she wanted to come on. Her traits are she's very self-absorbed. She can be a little erratic. Her mood swings are really all over the place and come out of nowhere. And she's materialistic. She wants to make a lot of money on this show. Next, we've got Jayla. So, Jayla is your kind of typical artsy girl. She wants to be a painter. She's a little bit bohemian looking. She's creative. She loves art. She can also be pretty gloomy. I like to think that, or not like to think, but I picture her as having depression. And sometimes it just kind of overwhelms her and she can't think about anything else or do anything else but feel gloomy. So that's Jayla. Then we've got Bridget. This is Bridget. So Bridget is a girly girl who wants to find the one. She's sure he's out there, and if she can just keep looking for a little bit longer, she'll find him. But she's rather impatient about finding him. So she's family-oriented. She wants to have a big family with her husband. She's romantic, but she's also very jealous. She's been trying to get this for a while, and she thinks it should have happened by now. So she's very cautious of rivals coming in, and she gets very jealous if she sees somebody else in a relationship. That's Bridget. And last but not least, we have Camilla. So Camilla is sort of a chameleon, is how I think of her. She can really fit into any crowd. She's kind of a guy's girl. She can go and party with the best of them. She's very outgoing. She's friends with everyone. She gets along with all types of people. She's good at fitting into any crowd. She's also unflirty. I picture her as actually being asexual. She doesn't really understand the draw of romantic relationships. We'll see if she agrees with that or not in the game. But that's how I imagine her. And she's also a bit of a snob in that even though she's nice to everyone to their face, she secretly really thinks that they're all worse than her and that she is the kind of the best person out there. So that's her kind of fatal flaw that she has. Alright, so let's see. We've got Adam, Kieran, Ty, Zachary, Ava, Jayla, Bridget, and Camilla. So these are our 8 contestants. Woo! So I tried to pick some traits and some aspirations that were very different, that would create different personalities, and also hopefully some explosive combinations within them. So that's why I went with those stereotypes. Alright, so now I will show you guys the Big Brother house that I've moved them into. It's not the most beautiful house. I made it just because I needed one that had very specific types of requirements for the challenge, and I couldn't find any in the gallery that fit quite right, so I just built it. And as you may know from the 100 Baby Challenge where I had to use a shell house, I could not build my own. Building houses in The Sims is not really my forte. So it is what it is. It's not perfect, so be gentle on me, but I'll introduce you guys anyway, or run you through. So this is the Big Brother house. So we come in here, we're gonna have them all come in and I'm gonna lock the door behind them. When you come in, here, one second, I'm up on the 3rd story here. When you come in, you first come into the kitchen. So they've got high-end products because they are living in like a fancy house, but they're not the unbreakable ones. And I actually did that on purpose because, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, whoever loses the weekly challenge, the 2 people who get the score the lowest, they become what are called have-nots. The have-nots have to sleep in a crappy room, which I'll show you in a second. They also have to do all of the chores around the house, so if anything breaks, they have to repair it immediately. I wake them up and make them repair it. So that's just something, I didn't want anything to be unbreakable because I want that to be part of the challenge as well. So this is their house. They've got all of the different appliances. I gave them a tea maker because I want them to kind of influence their own moods into different directions, so they'll make different decisions. I also didn't want to give them just one dining table, but I wanted to give them different areas where they could eat so that we could see who's sitting with who, what the cliques are, who wants to talk to who. So there's 4 sort of seating areas that they can sit in. Then we go through, there's just a nice fountain in the middle. This is where the stuff for any challenge that they have is going to go. So, for example, one challenge is logic. So I'm going to need to purchase a bunch of chess tables. So I'll put them in the courtyard out here. They've also got a hot tub because, you know, it's Big Brother, reality TV show. They need a hot tub. All right, next we've got the regular bedrooms. So these are the green ones. These are bedrooms that any of the Sims can sleep in as long as they're not head of household or have-nots for the week. And they're just kind of basic. They have decent furniture that's not incredible, it's not terrible, just basic. Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. I forgot to actually add something. So this is just going to be the intro video then, because I can't start playing yet until I make a decision about, finish up these things. But one thing that I forgot to do is you'll notice there are 6 lounges here along the outside. And the reason I did that, because there's nothing for them to do in there except sit. The reason I did that is because there are 6 emotions in the game that can be influenced by objects. And I want them to have the chance to kind of influence their own mood by choosing to go into one of these lounges and hang out there. They might influence themselves into a different mood. So I'm going to I need to look up the different, what objects cause the different emotions and put them in so that each room has an emotion that goes along with it. So once I'm done this intro video, I'm going to quickly shut off the camera so you guys don't have to watch me do that, add those in, and then the next episode when we start the game, they'll be added in. But that's something else that's going to happen. Alright, so those are the 6 lounges. oh, sorry, 7 lounges. There are 7 emotions. And then down here, we've got another one of the regular bedrooms, and we've got the have-not bedroom. So as you can see, concrete and plaster. It's got 2 of the least comfortable beds for the 2 have-nots, and then their bathroom is the cheapest of all of the bathroom appliances, so that they're likely to break often. Then the one last place in the house, blocked off by this gate, is the way to get to the head of household's room. So we'll go up here and I'll show you guys. So this is the very nice head of household room. So they can sleep up here. They've got access to a TV. They've got access to a computer and to books. They've got a hella nice bathroom over here. Oh, fancy. And from their sort of balcony up here, they can look down on all of the other Sims who are living in squalor beneath them, and decide who they want to evict, who they want to invite up here, if they want anyone to come up here, or if they're just going to live here by themselves. You never know. So, that's where the head of household will live. All right. So that's the house tour. That's our contestant tour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just call this episode here. It's going to be a little bit shorter than my usual, but it'll just be sort of my intro to the challenge, meet the players, meet the house, and then in the next episode, we will get started with the challenge. So I am going to actually go record that right now, so you guys shouldn't have to wait long after this video is posted before the next one comes out. Until then, I hope that you are all having a fantastic day. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.